We're live.
You know, if a man attacked me like that with his hair cut that way, you gotta take my life.
Hey, this is America right here.
I don't know.
This is America. This was going on No King's Day, right? John Cena as the establishment as America.
Like, do you go to a barber and say, "Do that to my head, make me look like an orc from Lord of the Rings"?
Excuse me. He seriously went. He said to the barber, and he had to go to a Japanese barber. He went straight to the man and said, "Give me the Minoru Suzuki." That's what he said. Give me the Minoru Suzuki.
You're right.
Make me, because I'm black.
And then, you know, who qualified for the King and Queen of Ring? Yeah, Fatal 4-Way. We need to find a fourth so we can have a Fatal 4-Way this week so we can create the quad.
Eric's disappointed with that white women right there.
And then, yeah, me and that boy right there under Cody's armpit, like, we saw this coming a mile away. Saw this coming a mile away.
He's the only one that could win, right? It's going to be him and Randy Orton in the finals because they're on separate brackets. And then Randy's going to lose. This one's going to lead Randy to turning on him.
I'm just very upset about that's how I get Randy and Cody. But whatever. Anybody, welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. I'm Eric.
I'm the racially ambiguous Lord Manny Hayes.
And I'm Marcus, the Grand Finale.
And before we start the show, the world is in chaos. And I mean, there's this sadness everywhere. We hope that in this next hour and some change that we can bring some type of enjoyment and peace and laughter to people.
Ain't nobody watching us right now in America.
You never know, man. I'm talking about the world, Marcus. You know, I stand with everybody who's being oppressed by the man and whatnot. And, you know, and hopefully we can provide some entertainment. With that being said, you should expect rants from Manny because SmackDown produced a show that Manny will despise, but we're not going to get to that yet. I want to ask you guys a question, and I'm going to start with Manny. Manny, for this whole entire week of wrestling, we watched a lot of wrestling. Just a lot of stuff took place. You guys did 2 shows and whatnot. Who was your MVP of the week? Who stood out to you the most this week?
I'm going to say John Cena.
John Cena. Why John Cena?
Go ahead.
Because he had various storytelling elements across the week, whereas I couldn't think of anyone else.
Okay. So Manny went with John Cena. Marcus, who was your MVP for the week? Who really just said, you know what? I was entertained by this individual this week, and it could be whatever show you want it to be.
Whatever show?
Yeah.
AEW's on the table?
Every show this week, the week in wrestling.
4 hours of AEW's on the table.
Yes.
I'm not going that right.
I know you.
I am going to have to choose. I may go with the truth because he just exists, but that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay,
I'm go with Jesus.
And why the truth, Marcus?
Why? Because you know what? He's changing up his character. He's attacking John Cena. He's a rogue agent. The people voted him back. He got the Money in the Bank spotlight and everything. I mean, other than the Iguana Man, this man is on top of the world.
You know,
Mr. Iguana to you, not Iguana Man.
Mr. Iguana, I'm sorry, Monsieur Iguana.
Mr. Iguana almost was on my list to make my week, but that was last week because that took place on Saturday. And I know he's had a good week showing up everywhere. But I think for me, my MVP of the week, the one who's been
Jensen.
The most, not him, the most
Briggs.
entertaining that I find enjoy. I'm going with Naomi. I think Naomi she's been knocking out the park from her Twitter to her promo with Tiffany this week. That was probably the closest thing to a singles match that we got. No, it's kind of turned to a triple threat. Never mind. I really have enjoyed Naomi and just like she's crazy. And when she said the words that reminded me of my childhood, I said, damn, that's it. She crazy. Yes, man.
What words, Jack? You gotta interpret your words.
I just want to point out, it's interesting that Eric chose a woman this week. Because in the pre-show, he described the 2 women that fought Lola Vice and Stephanie Vakir, 2 old broads.
Well, but they were. I don't know.
What was the line that took you back to your childhood? Because I thought Solo brought me back to my childhood. Solo was serious. Go ahead. I'll tell you what Solo said.
I have to find the quote again because I think she said something about. No, at the moment when I was watching it, I died laughing. And I was Boo Boo the Food. Do you think I'm Boo Boo the Food? And I was like, you know how many times we've heard Boo Boo the Food growing up?
Who is Boo Boo the Food in my entire life? In black culture, this has been a phrase that's been going on. Who you think I am? Boo Boo the Food?
Yeah. Who was Boo Boo the Food?
Like, I want to know his story.
Like, the greatest thing about Boo Boo the Food, it originated for us with our grandmother because she would call Sonny, I ain't Boo Boo the Food, Sonny. Like, who the hell is Boo Boo the Food? Then our mom would go on and do it. But yeah, when she said that, I almost died laughing. Thank you, Jimmy, for letting me know. Because
I think Solo reminds me of my childhood the most when he was talking to Jacob, and he told Jacob, "I'll put you in this world.
Yeah,
I'll take you out."
Marcus.
That is the go-to line. I didn't realize these whoopers were life and death experiences until you get in the middle of them and you block one. Block one.
Solo was really good this week. He was. But with every yin, there's a yang. So I want to turn to you now, Marcus.
Can we not go to the next topic? Because I got a new story.
No, because I'm still talking, because I'm talking about what's good, Marcus. What was bad for you this week? What just said, what the hell is this? Why?
Can I play your audio clip?
Go ahead.
Here we go. Hopefully this works. This is coming from my phone.
So you can look at me, you can hear me. I don't give a damn. You unfollow or you follow. Retweet or not. Repost or not. But I will not sit by and bite my tongue.
Oh, it's Rikishi.
To see what is going on right now. Y'all so easy to forget.
Marcus, that was something I was going to mention.
You know, tears of this family that, for years, man. And now we get it. We get a little bit.
Who's he talking about?
That's what y'all, just a little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to throw him a little bit. Nah, you didn't throw us. You didn't throw us a damn thing. What we did, the way I look at it, we earned it.
The most ridiculous part about that is him and his setup for his podcast. Like he Roman Reigns. Like he's the biggest star in that family.
The sad part about
dude, you're not in the top 5 of your family.
I know you guys, because I heard you guys on Tuesday. You said, I wonder what Rikishi's going to say. It took Rikishi a lot longer than I thought to respond to Jay losing his title.
Podcast is weekly.
Yeah, but
is
that the person that you hated this week, Mark? Is that what you disliked?
I think so. I think just that default, because I'm just waiting for it once Jay lost the title that he was going to just start complaining about something. And he talked about they only gave him an inch. Roman Reigns was champion for like 5 years. I don't even know the number anymore. It's so long. 1,000-something days.
Yeah, that's not his son.
Coffee trolling though. Yeah. Coffee trolling, like.
His son, who had Intercontinental Champion, the most over entrance in all of wrestling, and probably the most popular babyface in wrestling, and he had a 51-day title reign. Let it go. Let it go, Rikishi. Jay should have never been champion.
And Jay
and Jimmy, 6 weeks? I had 6 months.
Yeah. And Jay and Jimmy might be there to save the tag division again if the rumors are true, they're gonna be reunited. Marcus, I think Rikishi is a very good person for the worst of the week. Now, Manny, I know your list is probably extensive, but I just need you to tell me one thing that you disliked about this week. One thing you have Manny, just the floor is
Manny
yours.
has a manifesto, Eric. Manifesto.
I know.
Hold on. Let me go fold up.
Oh, shit.
He's bringing out the dossier.
Well, Manny brings out his dossier and his memoirs or whatever he's bringing up. Let me remind people, this is No King's Day. And also, Triple H could be added to this list for giving Manny all these fatal 4-way matches. But go ahead, Manny.
Triple H is on this list for not giving me a singles match on this episode of SmackDown. Who the fuck? If you're going to give me a tag match, why are you giving me... Marcus, we said on Tuesday. You
can't even finish your sentences.
Let him said on Thursday that tag match. I hated everyone in that tag match, and then we went, no way. Nico didn't do anything wrong. I hated everyone in this tag match. Every single one of them. The only person I liked was the referee. This is absurd.
So Manny, if I don't think it's a person or a thing, unless it's Triple H, it's tag matches in general. That's why you're angry, correct? That's what
it's a singles match. Give me there was no variety on this show. None.
Well, as we all know,
the other person I'm giving is Don Callis.
Let Manny stand on his business.
Don Callis and his family, they need to go away. I don't want to see any of them ever again.
Manny, tag me in. Because
that's the wrong side. Wrong side. No,
right side, you idiot.
You gotta go to the right side. Go to opposite side. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. How do you tag? You touch hands,
you
right?
touch hands.
You don't just slap the wall. You look like you're touching grass on yourself.
You're touching the other side.
Well, as clearly, I don't follow rules. I don't hold on to a tag rope. But Manny,
I'm gonna dap you up for right here, even though it's gonna look like a hand job.
Okay. All right. Manny, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Don Callis being involved in the Kenny Omega Okada situation made no sense. They debuted a beautiful belt. It's a nice belt. We're merging the titles. Marcus had to be happy. They're getting one title less than what they had. It's like two. As Spice Girl said, when two become one, that's what it goes. But then all of a sudden, you have to incorporate Don Callis and the family, and then the worst fake blood since I've seen with the young OG. It was like, what, do we really need this? Because honestly, if he was messing up with his thing, he should have shitted blood, not vomited blood.
Shitted blood.
Yeah, it's his intestines that are messed up.
Okay. You brought it up. Mr. Creativity, my mind has wandered to someone shitting blood. How would you want that to look? Do you want it exploding out of his ass like his mouth? What do you want? Explain to me what you want to be on television right now. You want to see a little dot at the end of his little pants?
All I needed.
What you want to see?
What I needed? Just some stains in the pants. That's all you need to see.
Kenny can't come back from that.
Kenny won't be able to come back from that.
Look, any way to get away from Don Callis, Like, of all the stuff that happened this week, I think that was what annoyed me the most, which is I don't understand Tony's overuse of Don Callis. His family never wins. In his family, he has a couple of talented wrestlers that are being held back because they're associated with that awful faction. It's bad. You know what?
Okay,
what I'm about to say right now, this is crazy.
AEW.
This is crazy. I think the Culling has more wins than the Don Callis family.
Oh, wins. I don't know what you were going to say there. I was going to cut you off in a minute. Because at least the Cullen has some wrestlers I like. I mean, not the Cullen
family won this week.
I'm going to say the Callis family. Sorry. The Callis family has people I actually like.
They beat the Paragon this week in the main event of Collision.
That's when I turned off my TV. Adam Cole came out. You're right.
I actually turned my TV off, and I was like, you know what? When we were having the NXT AEW wars, and I couldn't understand why AEW was winning, I was like, this is what they felt like when they saw Adam Cole and that group came out. That's what they felt like.
I don't know, but Adam Cole seemed cool.
I don't know. It's something about him that fell off. I don't know what happened to him. I've never seen nobody lose more aura in my life than Adam Cole.
He lost Britt Baker. That's what happened.
It can't be that. It can't be that.
Can it be?
It could be.
Like a pussy could drive a man crazy.
He's a handsome man. He can't be deprived. Adam Cole is a handsome man.
His head is huge.
No, his hairline, I would say Adam Cole was a handsome man maybe 10 years ago. Man's kind of falling. He turned into Shawn Michaels very slowly. A very short Shawn Michaels, which is a different thing. Eric, and also we later in the show, I would like to tease. We have a test for you that Shawn Michaels went through, and I hope you haven't watched the video.
I have not seen the video.
I knew it.
Wow.
He expects us to watch his videos. He sent us. That he sent us about Jeff T, but he don't ever watch a single video you or I send him. Mostly you, Manny.
Well, you have to understand.
And today, Eric, hold on. And today, you will have to go through a test to figure out if you can recognize NXT women by just them saying hello to you.
Oh, I can't. I know it. Marcus, I can't identify them by seeing them. I can't tell you who that is.
I mean, that's true too.
That is also true. This man is Ray Charles.
Especially to when we get to the collection of blondes that Sean has. I'm like, who are these people? Like, I'm still trying to figure out Lainey, who is challenging JCJ for the title. Where did she come from?
Oh, I gave her a strike this week because I realized she helped Charlotte rehab her knee and getting back into the game. And
nah, she came from the depths of hell to realize Jessie Jane is a beatable champion.
You know, I was gonna have anybody sign up to go, hey, I'll manage you. Just go beat JC. You can do it. You can do it. You're a bum.
So since Marcus talked about Jade and Jimmy's father already talking, let me talk about another story. There's a potential AEW free agent or AEW free agents that are and it's not Abaddon. They were.
She's the hottest.
Leave Abaddon out of this.
She's the hottest. October's not that far away, you know.
Yep.
She could be on Evolve. They are pretty much AEW
Winnie Chu
originals.
versus Abaddon.
You know, they had some trajectory, but then they lost interest. That's the Private Party. The Private Party are free agents. Do you think that TNA or WWE, who may be one of the same, will have any interest in Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy? Why do I know both their names? I do not know, but I did. I'm
Because
shocked.
they're black, that's why. And you're racist.
They
You only care about black business. That's what you do.
You don't care about the Hurt Syndicate, Manny.
I can't stand the Hurt Syndicate. I can't.
I don't even like. You know what? I don't hate the Hurt Syndicate like you. I don't have the hate.
I do. It's like almost is waiting to be called in. I'm ready, coach. Put me in the game. To do what almost? I don't know.
You can grab a rebound or
We're
something.
ready.
Oh, so about Private Party. The question is, would I sign Private Party if I was TNA or WWE or even AEW to resign? And I think I would. I think there's something there. They need to be coached. I feel like they're not being coached and mentored properly. And I think that if they went anywhere else and learned how to get more or not even learn, just get more TV time and develop some life skills and stuff, they would be all right. I have no problem with the Private Party personally. But when they gave them the tag team titles, that was as cold as they've ever been to become champions.
Manny, I know you are a person who cannot stand tag wrestling and possibly don't care if they get signed or not. But do you think that WWE could maybe enhance them or make them more entertaining? I mean,
they could always be enhanced, but I don't think they suit the profile for WWE anymore. I think they maybe need to do a stint in TNA. Okay. I think it's that. I just
wanted to bring up Triple K, you know.
I think there are tag teams in WWE and NXT at the moment that are doing things way better than them, that they don't actually need them. Maybe they do a stint in TNA, refine their passion and stuff like that, and then test the market again. I just don't see anything in them at this moment in time.
I think they're too similar to the previous iteration of the Street Profits. Like, I think there's a little bit too much of that, and I think they would need to have an identity. I don't think you can come in as the Private Party. But I guess I can ask you this question. Would you sign Isaiah Cassidy and just say, forget Mark Quinn? Because I would argue, say Mark Quinn was not the same after he got hurt. He didn't come back. Like, would you give Isaiah Cassidy a chance to maybe try to make it on his own? Marcus?
I think there's too many singles wrestlers better than him, Eric.
Okay.
There's just too many. In NXT, there are too many. Even if you were to compare the two black men that are similar, Ashanti the Adonis, after that triple threat match, his stock is high.
Well, you understand why they keep Ashanti around. Ashanti can do stuff here and there, but it's just like
I haven't seen anything Isaiah Cassidy has done that warrant me to go, do you know what, he deserves another job somewhere else.
Because you know, like
that scream, he gets thrown in the air.
The thing about WWE, they have like three people who, like, on their roster, only one of them get any shine. Like, Chad Gable can actually go out there and put on a hell of a match. Ashanti the Adonis, he can go out there and put on a hell of a match, and then Del Toro can really put on a good match too. But you know, like, they will.
Toro.
Oh, Del Toro.
I like Del Toro, but that's not the name I thought that was coming up right now.
What did you think
thought
was
maybe
coming out?
Humberto or Garza
I
or
didn't think
something
Del
like
Toro
that.
was going to come up.
I was
No,
not anybody was coming up.
When Del Toro, I'm sorry, what is his name now?
No, Del Toro.
It's Del Toro.
Yeah, it used to be Raul Mendoza.
Yeah, but like he's one of those things. It's just like he's also kind of like He's like Andrade. Like, I love Andrade does really good matches. And honestly, they need to just make him the AAA champion.
No,
Do it.
stop.
Let the man go shine down in Mexico.
Stop.
What?
You need to stop this. It's a sickness and you need to stop.
What?
Stop trying to push Andrade, damn it. It's never going to work. It's never going to happen. But with that being said, Andrade is a much better wrestler than Del Toro. In fact, Andrade is in probably my top 10 favorite wrestlers just to watching a match. Just in a match.
Like,
the man is so talented in the ring, and then you just go like, but what else is there? And you go, there's no more. There's just all in the ring.
Watching the mini Fatal 4-Ways, I was like, fuck, Andrade is really making this Fatal 4-Way, but I know he's not winning. I don't even we're going to talk about these Fatal 4-Ways when we get to
Can I talk about Private Party? I didn't even get it.
Go ahead, Marcus. You're welcome to your private party. I know you've been slinging meat all day. You've been trying to put your wiener on the grill.
You trying to tell me they can't fit into one of these weak-ass tag divisions on NXT?
I just don't think that they can
or
help
the main roster. Division. Like, I mean, I would take them over Idris. I'll take them over Idris and Nofe.
Yeah, but what are they really going to add? Because tag team wrestling in WWE is dead.
It is dead. But you know what? They keep trying to add people.
But Marcus, they are not the ones. If you're going to say these ones are going to be the ones that revitalize the tag division, they are not the ones.
Yeah, I
didn't say they were going to revitalize. I say there'd be a good place in there. I think they're better than Inamore and Briggs. I think they're better than anybody in the Culling. I think that they have more potential than Nofe and Idris and Malik Blade.
I know you're talking about old dogs, but when I think about the youth that WWE,
these are young people.
I would rather
these are young people.
I would rather see Swipe Right in the Vanity Project over them.
I would too. But you know what? You can have a good rivalry with them and Evolve. I would do a nice Evolve rivalry. You know what?
They might be good and Evolve. That might be a good spot for them. I don't know.
I don't have this hate for Private Party. I just think they were underused and underdeveloped, similar to Pride and Powerful when they were in AEW.
Hey, shout out to WWE. I love how they try to pivot. They want Mike Santana. They want Mike Santana. They was like, hey, we got big Damian Priest. Let's get little Damian Priest, who actually see more out. Man, Mike Santana was legit.
That's what pisses me off about WWE and talent scouts and stuff. Mike been around. Mike been cutting these promos all year. It's not until they see him on their show they go, hey, Mike Santana. Mike was cutting good promos in AEW and being a good character then. Mike was in TNA for a bunch of months already, maybe a year already, and doing the same work. And all of a sudden they go, oh, there's something there? Who the hell scout their talent anymore?
Marcus, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I know people don't believe this, and I think it's I don't really believe that WWE ever watched anybody else's product but their own. And the only reason why now that they know Mike Santana is because they're working with TNA, they can see what they have. I don't think they paid attention to what AEW does. Don't think they paid attention to what TNA did. I mean, but I don't know.
Yeah, they pay.
It might not be Triple H, but there is someone that's been paid, that literally paid to watch what other people are doing.
If they didn't pay attention to what AEW's doing, Mariah May, or as she wants to be known as, Blake Monroe, would not be in their company. If they didn't pay attention to what they did, Ricky Starks would have been signed day one if his contract was up. If they didn't pay attention what the AEW did, they would not be running these counter shows every weekend, just bogging us down with Saturday Night Main Event and 205 Live or whatever the hell else they put out there. They are obsessed with AEW.
What I do like about Mike,
and
I think this is something that wrestling is really missing right now. I like that he's very authentic. He's real. This is who Mike Santana is. Like, I felt the passion that he had, and I remember that. And I remember when we was talking about them at LAX and stuff like that. It was like they need to push them.
But who you got? Who's the realest wrestler in the game for you right now? Who's the realest?
The realest.
The realest. You brought up Mike saying he real, and I'll let Manny go first because you can think about it. You look like you lost a thought, and I don't think there's a slow answer to this one. I mean, a hard answer for Mendoza. Man, who's the realest person in the game for you? I got three people.
Mr. Iguana, the realest dude in the game.
I can't even argue. The man is who he is. The man is who he is. I have Jacob.
Jacob, yeah. Jacob, yeah.
Jacob comes off as 100% authentic. That's Jacob. You know, you got Mike. You got Mike Santana.
Can I also throw in now finally Solo? I think Solo is being who Solo is. This is who Solo, like, I don't think Solo was supposed to be the badass, like the street champion. He's supposed to be who he is right now.
Kind of a clown, kind of not a clown.
Kind of a clown that can whoop your ass. Like the dude that's always playing in capers, but his capers never make any sense. Like, what we gonna do is we gonna rob this liquor store, but we not gonna wear any mask. Why are we not wearing masks?
Because we need to show people who we are.
Like, you know? And then
let them know we got a calling card. It's our face.
But I'm not gonna go with y'all. And then they be like, why didn't that work?
Remember the Wet Bandits.
Well, then if you're going by real, I'm going to say Charlotte because Charlotte's a bitch, and we all know it.
Dude, yeah.
Dude,
JK Smush, I'm gonna get to his first comment, but Solo is Dick Dashley and JC Mateo is Muttley. That is true. Boris and Natasha, just whatever.
I mean, when it's the two of them, they come up as just two idiots. They dumb and dumber. They everything. Any great duo out there. You had Tonga Law today. You got the Three Stooges.
You know what? This might surprise people. I think the person who's being the most authentic is two people. I think it's Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. I think that's who they are.
Having spoken to Will in person, that he is literally his character.
Yeah.
Bro.
Bruv, what we gonna do? We gotta do this, bruv.
We gotta team up. We gotta restore the feeling, bro.
He comes across way more polite when you talk to him because, like, obviously he's working for Eva at that moment in time. He doesn't, but like, he is very polite when you talk to him.
Yeah, I feel like that these are the people like it, and like, I feel like Cody at one point used to be that. Oh, actually, what am I lying? Randy gonna be Randy would cuss you the fuck out real quick. Disrespect Randy, he'll lay you off. Who you got, Marcus? You said you had great Jacob. Jacob was great. I agree with that one.
I forgot where I was at.
Nikki Bella?
No. Jesus. I forgot who I had. It was Jacob. It was Mike, Santana, and
Carmen Petrovic.
Who's my third one?
Because she's forgettable in TV and in real life.
But I think Manny's right.
Nikita Lyons.
Oh, fuck her. I think Manny's right though. I think Charlotte might be the most authentic. No one likes her, and she don't like nobody either. Going to the chat. JK
can I ask somebody I hate before you go into him? Seth Rollins needs to make my hate list. I think I hate Seth Rollins. It's nothing he does wrong. He's a very talented wrestler, but I just don't want to see him anymore.
Marcus,
do you not feel like since the change, it just feels like I've realized Seth is here, and I just feel like I'm tired of him.
Yeah, I just feel exhausted by here he comes.
Because I'll tell you this, to me, when I think about Seth is just like was always a low budget CM Punk, and now that I have CM Punk right there, I don't need Seth to be doing stuff. He needs to do something different.
But I feel like this new faction, he's holding the Braun and Braun guys back. I feel like they shouldn't be going. I feel like Braun needs to be the guy. He shouldn't just be a security guard at this point.
Well, they were alluring to it's going to be like Evolution, but like they haven't gooned. They are just gooning. They ain't going after any other type of gold or anything.
The thing is,
they're not even talking.
Seth is not Triple H. He doesn't carry that aura about him. Like, Seth is a clown. I hate to say it, he's a clown. Like, this faction, in my opinion, and people may disagree when I say it, would work so much better if Gunther was playing the role of Seth. Because you need that quiet badass that you let Paul Heyman do all the talking for. Like, when Paul Heyman is talking about all the greatness that Seth is, Seth, like, like this, he's a clown. Like, I need you to be serious. Like, Roman spoke volumes without saying anything. His facial expressions where he didn't respond to everything, he knew he was the baddest man in the yard. Seth is sitting there trying to convince everybody that he's somebody bigger than what he is. And I think he's a great performer, but he's not your main star. He just isn't that guy. He doesn't have that aura. He just doesn't. Like, you put anybody who has the aura, you can even put Oba in that situation. It would work better than what it does with Seth. It just doesn't.
With steroid, Mr. Ice-T, Jasper Troy.
Fuck Jasper Truck. I don't understand how you gonna
Jesus Christ!
He gets a strike this week.
Lot, motherfucker. Like, you won a contest.
Okay.
Anyway, let me go
You
back
have
to
anything
this.
else to add? Yeah.
No,
We're 30 minutes in.
JK Smush says, good morning, evening. May Hulk Hogan have peas in his milkshake. Aaron Rodgers going to get Tomlin fired. And I look more crazy when I have a mess of cables than R-Truth cutting his hair. Yes, Marcus, how do you feel that you had to send in your agent to get my coach fired? Because that's pretty much what's going to happen. I know it. We all know it.
Bye.
Yeah. And then speaking of being fired.
You'll win at least 4 games with him this year.
Speaking of being fired, Jimmy asked the question, what do y'all think about the American Gladiators reboot pulling wrestlers from their rosters? This was an interesting thing because I was like, I don't know how we're going to have Miz hosted AEW stars and stuff like that. I was like, we'll see. I don't know why people care. It's a separate entity, but who am I to judge?
Apparently there's issues with that to know.
Yeah,
there's noted that they have already had rumblings of issues over Miz, a WWE star, being on the same show as Wardlow and Camille. I don't know who is saying this shit, but I'm assuming it's the same people that report on morale in the locker rooms.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Iguana has heat on him or something.
Let me just also point out that Wardlow and Camille ain't been on AEW TV, and it's been 4-hour shows, and they still haven't made it on TV.
That's what I was going to add. I was like, they ain't AEW wrestlers.
They had a full work day. And they couldn't even be mentioned on multiple team matches. So I don't think that's a problem. I think it's Dave putting more volume in his thing.
I don't think it's mattered, but you know what? Do you guys plan to watch this American Gladiators reboot?
Probably not because it's on Prime.
I don't think I'll have any intention. I didn't watch The Rock's, what was it, Titan Warriors or whatever. I think that American Gladiators is done, and I think American Ninja Warrior killed that for ever happening again.
The Titan games was actually not that bad. Me, Shantae, and Shantae Mom watched that at one point, but I don't need this in my life anymore. And then the fact that Ivy Now's not on there, what's the point? So
Ivy Now would get trucked.
That's where she came from. She came from the Titan games on the Rock's version.
Wardlow ain't been on TV or had a match since the 13th of March 2024.
Good job, Professor. Ooh. Good job, Professor.
Thank you for that stat, Manny. Goddamn, Wardlow died.
So Manny,
SmackDown, Wardlow been dead.
SmackDown completed the ultimate sin in your eyes. They gave you not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 fatal 4-ways on one night.
Was it really 4? Was it 4 or 3?
Yeah, it was 4. It was 4.
Who am I missing?
2 men, 2 women.
Oh, yeah, the Jay Cargill.
And each match had the same dynamic. We have 2 people who have a chance to win and 2 people who have no chance to win, but they're there to take the pin. So, Manny, I asked you this question. How would you rank the Fatal 4-Way? What was your favorite? What was the work? And what, from there, how 1 through 4?
I would say the one with Bliss and Charlotte was probably the better one because it had the better finish.
Okay.
It had a unique finish. Then I'd say the Cody one, Randy, and then the other women's one.
Mine is completely opposite. Marcus, what about you? What'd you say?
You son of a bitch. You no good son of a bitch. You got terrible taste. Whatever. You're complete opposite of what Manny said. I'm going with the men's. With Andrade, Priest, and Cody, and
that was your favorite one?
That was my favorite one. I can't remember who the Shinsuke, brother Shinsuke Nakamura.
Brother Shinsuke was in there.
Yeah, when he came out there, I knew he was taking the pin.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just wish just go away, Shinsuke. Just let him go to AEW, people. This is ridiculous. And then after that, I'm going with the Bliss and Charlotte and Candice LeRae and what's her name? The witch who had to put on her wrestling suit.
When I first started this,
Alba Fire.
My number one.
I thought that was a good finish, like Manny said.
My number one
was going to be there.
Randy and them, but now that I think about the flaws, you're correct. I think the best one for me personally was the Bliss one, as I agree with Manny on that one, because I didn't expect Bliss to win. I thought this was when Charlotte got her win, because I've been waiting for Charlotte to get her licks, and she just can't get her licks. What?
Charlotte overdressed for the SmackDown. I felt like she was hanging out the gate to agony.
No,
that robe was ridiculous. It was looked like a WrestleMania robe that she wasn't able to wear one year.
Marcus, Charlotte was watching AEW, the 4-hour spectacle, and she saw Bane, and she was like, "Oh, that bitch ain't gonna outdress me. I got an outfit just like." And she put Penelope Ford in this outfit. Oh, hell no! So yeah,
I feel like Penelope Ford is wearing the baby version of what Megan Bain is for.
Yeah, she wearing the spirit.
When I saw that, I was like, "This is nothing but Austin. This is Austin Powers," and that was Mini Me. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then I saw Charlotte outfit. I was like, "Damn, that's an epic outfit. Why you didn't wear this at a pay-per-view?" But I thought
not to pivot and distract on this segment. I think my favorite thing in wrestling right now, and I don't give a fuck what anybody feels. And I know this, I'm wrong for this. I know I'm wrong, and then God strike me down today if you have to. He might. Seeing Megan Payne and Penelope Ford team together is my favorite thing every week because I'm going like, what the fuck's gonna happen this week? Every time they're out there, it's some bad shit. It's some bad shit out there.
So originally, my favorite Fatal 4-Way before I started talking with you guys, I thought it was going to be Mello, LA Knight, Randy Orton, and Aleister Black. However, I think the reason why I liked that one so much, I like the lead into it. I like the whole theatrics with Cena, Randy coming down, stuff like that. Did you like all that? I hate LA Knight, but let me tell you,
you don't need to hate him. You don't need to hate him.
He held his own in that ring with those Titans. I hated myself saying that. Shantae even acknowledged that he was really good. I was like, "Fuck, I hate this." Marcus, go ahead.
Because Cena looked at him, laughed at what he said, and walked out. That is a man so confident in himself that he has to cheat at times to beat the other people he's done. I reckon John Cena won't cheat to beat LA Knight. He just bury him.
Get the okay for Triple H. Bury LA Knight, please. But no, I don't know why you're shocked. LA Knight is an amazing talk. This is what he does. This is what he's been doing his whole career. For all 600 years of it, he's been one of the best talkers. The man can get he made Max Dupree work. For me, personally, I don't think we should ever got rid of the character. I enjoy some Max Dupree. But I'm just saying, the man can talk his ass off. And he still kept that popularity that people thought would fade away. People still cheering LA Knight. People still want him to win something. His matches are better than what you give them credit for. I appreciate LA Knight, and I think he deserves to be up there more than Priest and a few other people they put in this main event scene.
Well, I thought this was a very good open. I thought Cody said very wise words when he was talking to Cena, and I think that the tease that everybody wanted was Randy and Cody. We've been waiting. We've been waiting for the blow up for the Legacy Boys for God knows how long, and they have continued to avoid each other. So we really believe that it's going to take place in King of the Ring. I just don't know. They might take it away from us again. I don't know. I just thought this was a really good buildup. I liked the way they opened up the show, and I thought, although we were having 4 Fatal 4-Ways, this match was not a bad match. Like, to WWE's credit, the Fatal 4-Ways weren't bad matches. It's just that we didn't need this many Fatal 4-Ways. We didn't need it at all.
Vince wouldn't have done this. Vince would have never done this. As for much of his crimes, Vince would have never done this. Why I gotta pay all these people? Why I gotta pay 16 people when I could have paid for 2?
Honestly, the qualifying match, Manny and Marcus, should have just been Randy against LA Knight. Aleister and Mello has done absolutely nothing to qualify to even be mentioned in the King of the Rings. That's the thing about it. I was like, why is it
Eric, the Dre? the Dre allowed
Dre's
Mello to qualify for this.
He didn't wear the Dre out. He had his hymn chain on. I was very upset.
I didn't pay attention to that.
No, I didn't pay attention to that.
I was pissed.
I was pissed. Evidence. But you brought up Aleister Black. He ain't did nothing. You're right. The man has come back. I think he won his first comeback squash match. I think he beat The Miz twice or something like that, and maybe Mello. And then he's lost every single match he's been involved in.
I might be alone in this situation, but I actually enjoyed this episode of SmackDown because I thought they were telling interesting stories. I love the story between Solo and Jacob. I don't know why this is so entertaining to me because you asked the question, why was Jacob hanging out with this idiot to begin with? And
family. He said it, family.
I know he's family, but Marcus, it's a point where, as a family member, you say, you know what? I'm not fucking with them no more. And I love that JC Mateo was the straw that broke the camel's back. I cannot love you because you brought this person here. And then I think to myself, you had Bronson Reed, who we already fucked with, but you call JC Mateo. What was wrong with you, Solo? What was wrong? And Solo talking with his hands on the table, You know, put his stuff out.
That's real talk right there.
That's real talk right there.
That's a man that knows how to talk. Nothing,
but he
no, because a man that's in control talks like this.
Yeah.
A man that's in control talks like that. A man that's like this, that constantly have to bang on the desk, that's a man that's about to go insane.
Manny, what about a man that goes like this? You know.
That's a man that's lost himself. That's a man that's got demons.
That's a John Moxley right there.
I know. Let me ask a question because we talked about this, about how Seth doesn't have it. And I would say arguably Mox doesn't have it. Who's your poison? Who do you pick? Because I pick
Mox.
Really?
I think he's more interesting than Seth. I think he knows who he is. He speaks in riddles a lot, but you know what? Sometimes that shit hit. You go like, yeah, wolves do be eating steak and ice cream at the same time.
No, so like in two instances. Weirdo.
No, it doesn't even make sense.
Manny,
you can hear him saying a wolf eat a steak and an ice cream at the same time.
Like the fact that he had that disguise on Dynamite where like, why do you need a disguise to tell your boys to go beat up Hangman?
He's standing there.
And then the worst part about it, that shit was a good disguise. I was like, I wouldn't have recognized Moxley unless he took off that hat. But
so what we're saying is Moxley is Superman with glasses.
He's a master of disguise. I like to see him dressed as a turtle.
In two instances, you look at the time AEW can heavily rely on Mox and have him as the champion, and things don't necessarily move up or down. I think Mox, you can trust Mox to keep a company like flowing, and he's proved that. Whereas like every time they've put the ball in Seth's hands, it's just fumble.
Yeah,
it's just fumble. No one cares.
Becky does a better job.
I'm gonna say this. This might be insane when I say this. I think that you could put so many different people in that role. I think you could have put Finn in that role, and it would have been better.
It'd been fresh.
It's been fresh. And you guys, I might be committing suicide, so I need somebody to grab my shirt because I'm about to say something that's really crazy when I say this right now.
You mean career suicide?
I think you could even put Damian Priest right there, and it would have worked better than Seth. Because you have Heyman doing all the talking. I think he can look intimidating with his band of crews. Like he was in Judgment Day, and when him and Terrence was.
When you're linked, the only person that could get away with not saying anything next to Heyman is Brock Lesnar. Everyone else that has worked with Paul Heyman has been able to say stuff after the fact that Paul Heyman has like greased them up to introduce him. Except maybe Cesaro.
Seth can't do it.
Yeah, but I don't think Damian Priest is that guy. I think what Seth is currently doing is too similar to what he was doing during the pandemic with Austin Theory and who else was with him?
Buddy Matthews.
I think the problem with Seth is that Seth it's too much. It's too much comedy. Like I think I need him to be more serious. But
they're changing the music, allegedly. So they're changing the music so people don't sing along. So he could probably be a little bit more serious.
Change the man.
Can we
talk about? Change the man.
We also talk
not
about
the music. The man.
You can't change the man.
Let me
he won't always sound like this.
So someone who has it and doesn't even have to be on camera, but has it. Let me tell you, the segment backstage with Nick Aldis and the Secret Hervis and Chelsea being on FaceTime.
Chelsea on the phone is more interesting than Seth.
Manny and Marcus, when they lowered the volume on the phone, and I think it was Alina talking, and you could still hear Chelsea in the back ranting and raving about something, had me dying laughing. I was like, this is so hilarious. And I mean, I once again, the triple threat match, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, Michin, Piper Niven. You knew Michin and Piper was not winning. You knew that. So we could have had a singles match of Nia versus Jade, but I don't think they're ready to have Jade in that match.
They did that already.
I was very curious though, because Jade winning was the right call. Why did she get happy feet when she was pinning Piper? Like I didn't get that. That was like the most rush pin that she's ever done. Mark, were you happy with Jade winning this match?
It is what it is. It had to happen. I don't feel like I didn't think anybody else could win the match. Nia ain't going nowhere. She's done the Queen of the Ring and stuff already. She was last year's Queen of the Ring, for God's sake. I didn't feel like she was winning, and the rest of the people were like, yeah, So I feel like Jade was the only direction you can go. But I would add this about Michin. I didn't know she had that moonsault in her.
Oh, well, she might.
I was shocked. She did springboard moonsault, and she went up, and I was like, she got that. The last time she did that.
Now, Manny, let me ask you a different question. Do you think what they did to Nia Jax was enough to make her be able to stay out there for multiple segments to attack Tiffy after Naomi and Tiffy had their exchange with each other? I mean, she made it through Naomi's entrance to Tiffy's entrance to them talking to her getting in the ring attacking Tiffy.
She's not like most girls. Do whatever she wants.
When you say it like that, Manny, that makes sense. It makes so much sense.
And I can't wait for Jade to become Queen of the Ring. She goes to SummerSlam, and then all you hear is Naomi running down the ring at SummerSlam, make that triple threat, and she pins Jade and becomes the new WWE Women's Champion.
Seems like the trajectory we're on, where we're going, but I would like to see Bianca interject somehow and kill one of them.
And shout out to Kentucky knowing how to do Tiffany's makeup. I don't know who did it in Kentucky, but her makeup was okay this time.
So concerned about this every week. She does her own makeup, Eric.
No, she does not.
Kentucky this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in Lexington, Kentucky.
It was in Rupp Arena, brother. They was in Kentucky. That's why Kentucky was so excited.
Hold on. The highest gate in the history of Lexington, Kentucky. I don't know why they got to tell me that all these people spent this money for this. It is what it is. Now, let me add this. Nia Jax segment with Naomi and Tiffany Stratton, I hated it. It didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense. It made no sense. Nia comes out with the attack. Naomi's like, I'm going to cash in. Nia Jax, no, she's mine. Wouldn't the thing you want to do to Tiffany is make her feel the pain you felt when Tiffy cashed in on you and took advantage of that? You had her dead. I would have let Naomi pin her in a minute. It doesn't make sense. In fact, it's my segment that made less sense than anything else in there, and it's beating out the Will Ospreay save of Swerve Strickland.
You usually didn't like it because a white man saved a black man, and you didn't like it. You didn't.
Well,
you know,
first of all, that's number one on my list. That's number one reason why. But there are many other reasons why. Because the Bucks could have still kicked Swerve. They could have still kicked his black ass back. Okay? Just say.
I really like the interaction between Naomi and Tiffany. I thought that was a good thing. I think Naomi is a good person to lurk in Tiffany's shadow, but we have to agree that Tiffany does need an opponent. Why Naomi walks around with the money in the briefcase case? I'm assuming that's going to be Nia Jax again.
You heard me bitch to the what chant was incredible. Naomi's got it at this moment in time.
Like her last tweet when she was like, "That's how I'm riding Big Jim." And I'm like, damn, Big Jim is just like, he's just catching strays on the side, but he ain't benefited at all. They were at the BET experience. No, I'm talking about Naomi just mentioned his name and everything. It's like,
that's the only way he's relevant.
Yeah, he's getting put over because of Naomi.
Yeah. But Naomi's doing a fantastic job.
To save him.
So I think, and I know we all think that they're on this division is on life support and stuff like that. I think the tag division could be saved if they stop doing these backstage segments with Nick Aldis and all that. Just have fucking tag team matches. You could easily made the Motor City Machine Guns against the Y6, and then it'd have been like, I don't need to have you back there playing Russian roulette with all your teams in the room together, picking people up. Because like, why are you picking people to face the Y6? Do you think you have a problem, Nick? Explain to me your reasoning.
Dawkins looked like the size of Omos when he was standing in that room with all those tiny people.
The match had the match had some it was kind of funky. No,
it was fucked up, man. They were terrible. Joe Gacy, the only move that landed correct was Joe Gacy. What he did is flipping clothesline. Lupus was all over the place. There were some miscues. There were some moves that the cameraman missed. I'm probably glad they missed.
Hold on,
it
real
was
quick, man.
absolutely
boom. Let me open up a book. This is my book of receipts. If I recall correctly, Marcus said the Y6.
Is that how you open a book? You just flip through all the pages and say
the Y6
ain't got shit,
are
book,
good,
highlight. Look
especially
at this
Joe
here.
Gacy and Dexter Loomis that they was good. I believe, Marcus, you were championing when Manny was like, no, they're a boo-boo. Now, Marcus, after this poor piss performance, this performance, Marcus.
Can I add?
You can't always be on your A game.
Hold on, Betty's added something. Go ahead, Betty.
Can I add? I was watching SmackDown with Savannah this afternoon.
I'm glad that you guys are still together after this because I know your anger level could be bad.
And she said,
"Talk to me." It looks
so. She said it looks so fake what they were doing that it wasn't believable. Because every time the Wyatt Six were on their type of offense, you could tell they were telltale and trying to work it out what's going on. It was very obvious. It's like these two hadn't teamed before in their lives.
They haven't
so
really.
If a casual looks at it and goes, not even a casual, someone just on the outside looking in goes, you know what, that looks fake. You've lost every time to believability for me.
I know I'm in the minority in this situation, and I know I'm going to be on the wrong side of history. You guys are going to call me idiots, but that's the same way I felt about Ospreay versus Swerve.
Son of a bitch.
I just thought it was like it was just too. It was too posy for me. It was just I don't, and I know that's how Ospreay and them fight. It just yeah. You know
what? I'm not going to call you an idiot because I agree to some point.
I will.
It was a very indie match for a TV show.
Yes.
It was very like an independent show match on there where they did everything like there wasn't going to be a match after it. Like, that's the first
only
and
300
last time you'll
people.
probably see that.
300 people are going to see this match.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. And then of course I didn't like the draw. I didn't like the draw at all. I hate the draw.
I think the draw made it for TV. I think that was the only television part of that match.
I mean, you got AEW in their draws, and you got WWE in their run-ins and their tag matches. These are the things that grind my gears. But Marcus, I know you was about to talk about me. Go ahead, the floor is yours.
I mean, I don't have to say anything. You said it all by yourself by being so wrong on the issue.
All right, Stephen.
Wow.
Stephen M. I mean, damn.
Not to be me, but
no, he's Marcus S.
Yeah. I'm Marcus S. I don't fucking know. Anyway,
Marcus SS.
Yeah, but I guess I used the finale part. But anyway, Eric, there's times when I agree with you about Will. Will drives me crazy at times. When I just go like, Will, man, just have a normal match, man. You don't have to do every single move, every single match. But I felt like him and Swerve had a good match, but I just felt like I always knew it was going to be a draw. That was my problem.
Yeah, I think I never thought.
And I don't know why the match happened, to be honest. I still don't know why this match is happening.
Because he was trying to convince Swerve that he needs to
trying to get everyone on the same page.
Yeah.
So we fight?
Yes, Marcus. That's
just going to lead to more breakup.
I understand. Well, more
and
breakup
then,
was.
What did more harm than good? Prince Nana going to tell Swerve, boss. John Moxley husband's out there talking to the Hangman Page and the Bucks.
I do need Jimmy and Jay to be re-linked up because, like, the fact that Jimmy is using either Naomi is mentioning him in tweets or John Cena is trying to figure out trying to make him a snitch. Where our truth at? What the hell, man?
This is backwards hat John Cena, Eric. This is backwards hat John Cena. We haven't had backwards hat John Cena in a long time.
Marcus, I hate to tell you, when I saw John Cena right there, I looked like it was like all the old baseball bad movies where he's arguing with the Empire and he's about to kick dirt on him. I don't know why John Cena took that approach to argue with Nick Aldis, but it made me laugh.
No, when he turned the hat backwards, and I quote, Savannah said, "How's it going, kids?"
Yeah. I did not expect to see CM Punk on this show. It kind of caught me off guard. I was like, oh, what is this? I mean, he officially accepted that he's going to Saudi Arabia. I hope he's not having regrets. His missiles in that area. I don't know how close they are to each other.
You just don't know geography at all.
I don't.
Can you look at a map before you start doing these things?
Yeah. Next thing you know, he's going to be like, yeah, I was looking at Kansas, but, that's just on the border of Mexico.
How do you guys feel about people calling each other goats? I mean, like, I don't think I can consider myself a goat if I'm calling another man a goat, because if you acknowledge that this person's a goat, then you just took away your greatest of all time. That's why
that means he's got about
you
time
can be a boat, but you can't be a goat. You can be a boat, though.
Yeah, but you can also put yourself
he dialogued it up. It's my favorite thing. My is John Cena. John Cena. That's
your mouth boy. That's it. Everybody else is problematic. And you know what? He has a very good point about that. He is not the worst thing I think John Cena has done in his career, other than some of his movies, was
China.
What, the apology to Taiwan? That's his big scandal.
So
and his ice cream of Bing Chaling.
But let me ask you guys this question though. Did you guys like the interaction between Punk and Cody where they acknowledged that they have not really done business with each other? Like, did you guys like that, or like a subtleties? Like, where in the world is Punk and Cody actually necessary? And then also let's just point out that all these people involved on SmackDown shows how little charisma Seth Rollins has. Cause like, I just don't care about Seth, and I'm a Seth fan.
I don't get. People have been drafted to Raw and SmackDown, and then Raw superstars are challenging for a SmackDown title.
I know. Because
we all know what the real title is, man. Gunther ain't got no real title.
Well, it's sad state of affairs that Gunther has to beat Jey Uso, so we can get a Gunther versus Goldberg match on a Saturday night main event that's going against All In.
We don't know that's happening.
Manny, I put this.
It's Triple H. You know that's happening.
Manny, I would probably watch All In before. I would watch All In before that. I might even travel to Texas to watch that before I see a Goldberg match.
Agreed that we might have to do a watch along for All In.
So, Marcus, my question for you:
cash in hand. Yeah, go ahead.
We had the main event, the last Fatal 4. Mark, I want to ask you this question. And I want an honest answer for you. Were you secretly rooting for Nakamura like I was for Andrade to pull the ultimate upset and win this match when you know they had no chance to do that?
When he put him through the table, I thought he was winning.
Oh, the Slim Jim table! Oh my God, that's the Slim Jim table. Anything but the Slim Jim table.
He snapped it to the Slim Jim table.
He snapped the Slim Jim table. I was like, Joe Tessa Store, how dare you be paid off this badly? I was like, no, and no.
I was not secretly. I had no belief in anybody but Cody winning this match. That was the thing. Once they did the all people stand in the beginning of the show, I was like, oh, the finals is Cody and Orton.
True.
So,
but I just also want to.
But I enjoyed the hell out of this match. I thought it was really good. Again, made me every time Andrade wrestle, I always appreciate him and go like, hey, that's Andrade, man.
Like I
do
said,
something with him, and then you go, oh, that's Andrade, man.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally. And Mark, that's why I was like, he need to be the Triple H champion. That's the first thing that went through my mind. But with that, it's like Fatal 4-Ways, they serve their purpose. But I don't think that you should have 4 Fatal 4-Ways on a show. Triple H, do your job. Go and make some entertaining shit. Like, some of the stuff that you had in between was good, but we can have singles matches. It's okay.
I like to say that Triple H was last month. He was Triple H, Eric. Last month because we got all the triple threat matches to qualify for the Money in the Bank. That was Triple H last month. This month, Fatal H is running the show, and he's going. And we're getting a million Fatal 4. I just need him to stop.
I do.
Come up with some other way. There has to be a better way. It has to be a better way. And dare I say this? And I don't care if you guys think I'm wrong. I think he's the third best promoter going on TV right now.
You can't be the third best. You can't.
He's behind Sean and he's behind Tony.
You say top 3. You can't say third best.
Well, I want to be respectful for the 4th person.
I'm going to tell.
I don't even
Triple
know who that is.
Triple H needs to pull a page out of Tony's book when he has tournaments. Just pull random people who may or may not deserve to be in this tournament, but have them have a singles match. That's all we need. I don't need Fatal 4-Way. You don't have to put your whole roster on there. You just don't. You really don't. You really don't. Sean is the best, though.
16 people. There was at least divided. 8 people did not deserve paydays today.
No, because like
no, mean taking food out of people's pocket.
In that whole situation, the people at the bottom of that had no chance of winning. It was like a waste of everybody's time for them to even be in those matches. That's what was good
about the Charlotte Bliss and other than Candice LeRae,
Yeah,
the Charlotte and Bliss one, you knew one of them were winning, and you know what? But you didn't know which one.
That's what it caught me off guard. It really did. It really did.
But moving on. You ready to talk about the week? Or you want to play some games? Want to talk about the weekend wrestling?
Let's play the game first. Let's play the game because it's not much I can really talk about. Blake Monroe.
Well, Sean kind of gives the answer for some of them, but
hold
on.
Let me
just pause the hi, Sean. Just pause it after Sean says anything.
Yeah. What the hell? Get out of here. Here we go.
They're not allowed to disguise their voices, right?
Hey, Sean.
Did you hear the first Hey Sean?
Hey Sean. Yeah, I did.
He can hear the stress.
Fallon Henry?
No, incorrect.
No.
Can we go again? Sean didn't get that one either.
I'm doing horrible at this.
JCJ.
Nope.
I think he got that one though. So
he didn't get this one till later. No, he didn't get it till later.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, isn't that the Australian girl from LFG?
No,
LFG.
what? Why would you go LFG?
She had an accent.
This is NXT, man. We ain't talking about these minor leaguers. These are real people here. You should know these people's names. But you got the accent right. Just take the other accent.
Oh, Zara.
Yeah. You and Sean got similar tastes. Right away, you recognize it. Here we go again.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, that's Zara.
Hey, Sean.
So Roka?
No.
Who's that?
Hold on, I'll rewind it a little bit.
I'm gonna fail at this one.
Pass.
Hey, Sean.
I'm doing horrible at this.
Hey, Sean.
This is Zara again.
Again?
Hey, Sean.
Oh, that's Zara.
Hey, Sean.
Kalani.
Marcus, I don't know what Kalani talks. I tuned out when Kalani talks. Marcus, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, Sean.
I don't know. I don't
Damn.
know. I don't know.
One more time.
Hey, Sean.
So Roka?
No, not everybody is Sol Roka. That's the third time you guess Sol Roka.
If I keep guessing the same person, one of these is gonna be right.
Sol Roka sounds like a black woman.
Is that the one that's Miss Parker?
That was Jada Parker.
That was Jada.
But she does a better way of herself when she yells at Sean and be
What
like,
up,
"Yo,
Coach?
what up,
What up,
coach?
Coach?"
What up,
Let's just
blood?"
say I cannot. I did, but
Okay.
it's not me.
You get the next one. You get the next one.
I don't think I will.
The next one's the easiest one.
And I know everybody's voice. One more time.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, that's like.
Oh, that's Lash. That's Lash. Ain't no
The only thing that was missing was.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. She didn't even try to. It's like,
Oh, and I had fat.
That's Lola.
yep.
That's Lola. For sure.
Damn, me and Sean Marcus the same person. I'm offended by this.
You skipped. You didn't even listen to the next one.
As we realize, I suck at this.
So does Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Kind of distinctive voice.
I feel like I should know this one, but I don't.
You should
Who's
know
that?
all of them.
Hey, Sean.
That was Jordan Grace.
I don't know Jordan Grace because
She sounds like she smokes.
She sounds very raspy.
she's like a low budget natty. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to the week. I suck at this.
One more time.
Hey, Sean.
Don't know.
Don't.
No.
No.
You and Sean both go with Sol Roka. It's not sure.
One more.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, is that Thea?
Oh, did Betty get there?
One more time.
Yeah, well, we saw the video.
We saw the video.
That is. I'm so sorry, girl. Jesus, bro.
Could he do this with his men though? Would he know his men?
I don't think he can get the men. I don't think Sean even looks at the men. That man ain't doing that at the men there in the locker room. So,
I don't think so
yeah,
either.
so I think you got 1 out of 12.
Probably, yeah.
But I think if we lined them up and they were looking dead at you, you still wouldn't get them anyway. These were the obvious ones. We didn't get no Carmen Petrovich. Izzy Dane would have threw me off because I would have been like, I don't know.
Oh, I would never get Izzy Dane because Izzy Dane, first time I heard her talk today when she was talking about what she had to kick out
I don't know why she cut him.
I still don't understand. Like, he wasn't committed. I was like, how did she got this
executive power? What's going on with Jesse? You think he's done?
Could be. I don't know what they really tried to do.
So let's stay at NXT. Talk about some wrestling here. What's going on? My big complaint this week was two black men had the
Tyreek one.
Wow, that's cut me off. No, I don't care about that. Two black men have the same storyline within a month of each other. Can you tell me which storyline that is? With the same wrestler too.
Is it Oba and Trick or like?
No.
I don't know.
Javon Evans and Ricky Starks have the exact same storyline with Ethan Page, in which they took out they couldn't talk.
Clearly, Marcus. Clearly, Ethan Page is part of Triple H clan. He's like a purple wizard. Like, he don't like black people. He tried to silence their voices so they can't be heard. I thought Ricky was going to the main roster, which I thought was a mistake. I mean, I know a lot of people like Ricky. I just don't think I can make much money with Ricky personally. That's just me.
I mean, he lost his aura the moment he became Ricky Saints.
Yeah.
It was a week after he debuted, a week after showing up. I mean, I lost almost all interest in him straight away.
Well, because they started bringing more people in that was better. Like, it's just one of those things. It was like, oh, I forgot about this dude was even here.
Okay. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah May has a name change. She's Blake Monroe. What do you think of the name change and her contract signing next week?
I get it. Blake Monroe. You play on Marilyn Monroe. I mean, you're not going to go with Mariah May. I mean, I don't think it's...
You could have went Mariah Monroe.
You could have, but I think maybe she wanted to shake that whole Mariah thing, like her real name. I don't know. I mean, I'm not mad. I was more bothered by the vignette. I didn't like the vignette too much.
Because you don't like Sabrina Carpenter, that's why.
You hate Sabrina Carpenter.
That's so that was a play on Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know. I thought it was a little bit too much Barbie, a little bit too Tiffy. Like, it was a little.
I think that was the point, I believe.
Okay, yeah, maybe
that was the point. Okay. Dang, Eric, he's striking out. Oba versus Jasper Troy, your LFG favorite wrestler.
It's there.
Damn, disrespect. You didn't watch the match. I bet you didn't watch it.
I didn't make it to the match, man. I didn't make it to the match.
I knew it. That sounded like it. That sounded like he pushed Oba to the limit. He put him to the car shield, and then they wrestled. And you know what? Jasper Troy looked like he had something. I have never been convinced on Jasper Troy.
So you didn't believe the hype that Booker T had?
No, not all the way. I think.
But you know, like the craziest thing about this though is that like LFG was filmed a while back, so he had time to put more work into the training to get better.
Not that far back though.
But he still had time to put the reps in.
About a month or so.
I mean, I thought his attack on him in the parking lot was good. I'm shocked that the match actually happened. I didn't think the match was going to happen. I thought they was going to postpone it.
No, that's why Jade gets a strike, because Jade was out for months, whereas Obafemi decided I can
she had a deep steep fall.
Manny, Oba wasn't wearing red bottoms. Those were some high ass heels.
No,
Jade was 15 feet in the air.
So much force for her to be out that far. She fell 5 feet.
True.
15 feet, maybe 25.
5 feet. It was a loading bay.
A normal woman would have recovered. But the storm, Jade Cargill, she recovered. She survived that. I'm just saying.
What do you mean the storm? It was a sunny day. There was so many sunny days after she was.
You don't know what was going on outside the arena. She almost died. She almost died.
I mean, I think I paid more attention to AEW this week than anything, because it was just
it's 4 hours.
Yeah, but like the little bit that I try to pay attention to, like I saw the first match, I was like, no, I mean, like overall the draw was fine, but I just felt that there was a lot of stuff that just didn't mean anything. But it's the same thing in WWE. We have a lot of stuff that just don't mean anything. There was like the match with MJF, the Hurt Syndicate, a bunch of all those random people. What was that? You know what I mean? I don't
got their ass kicked though. They didn't have a match, didn't they? Didn't they just fight?
No, there was a match with 6-man tag.
Yeah, I don't think people need 3 and 4 hours of wrestling.
Anymore,
I just don't think we need that. We need that at least once a month or once every other month. We did not need to see Mystical fight against
Well, you can blame the most boring NBA finals for these 4 hours.
Manny, it's great basketball. It's
nobody
great
cared
basketball.
about the WNBA would have been popular years ago if it was about basketball. It's about stars. It's about money.
It's about the NBA finals. They used to have that big ass NBA finals logo in the center of the court.
That cheap ass graphic in the corners.
People are really upset about that. I must say though, Marcus, I agree with you. With Megan Bain and Penelope Ford walked out, that was probably one of my favorite moments. I was like, why are they so dressed up? They was kicking it with the gates of agony. They like, we gonna get
It's not about them being dressed up. It's just that there's calamity. There's nothing but calamity out there.
But then when I saw that they were fighting Tay Mella and Anna Jay, I was like, damn.
Care less about Tay Mella.
That finisher was so slow. It was like I was watching this in ×4 and I knew it was slow. So I played it back even slower.
but you know, like we give Megan Bain and Penelope Ford a hard time because they are known to botch some shit. But Anna Jay and Tay Mello has been botching stuff low before, and Tay Mello had been gone for a while without wrestling. So I was just like, this could have just been a botchamania right there and there.
I haven't complained about Megan Bain botching. I have complaints about Megan Bain not selling. This woman got hit with lead pipes and just not sold none of it.
Maddie, she went to the Will Hobbs School of Wrestling. She does not sell.
She must have been shot. That's the only thing. The only thing explains she's been shot in her life. Let me add this, Eric. This week, dinner with Mercedes Moné once again. Bigger table, better looking steak, nice Brussels sprouts, asparagus. What did you think of her meal this week? And Manny, if you could cue up the picture. If you killed the picture, Manny. I know I could, but Manny can't kill the picture.
So this was last week.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Spinach. Unscooped.
That's rough. You can see her jaw. She's swelling up from doing that.
Oh, I'm glad. Oh,
she learned from last week, though. But she learned from last week that she wasn't even going to touch the steak. She cut the steak, but she didn't eat the steak.
Y'all, I don't care. You guys, you talking about the asparagus. You talking about?
You gonna talk about the rolls?
I'm talking about the Parker House rolls.
Look soft. They look fluffy.
Betty, you know what those rolls need? And you agree? Some gravy.
Nah, I think even if you didn't need gravy, you could have some nice butter on the side.
I mean, butter that up. Those. How could she sit there and not take a bite of that roll?
Yeah, I'm upset about the roll. But all right, so Manny, what was your meal of choice on this table that she has? Other than I guess your random, huh?
I would have ate the steak. I would have put the steak in the roll.
Made some little slider.
Tied it up with a piece of asparagus so you get all the food groups.
Eric, your Flavor Town flavor would go for the rolls, huh?
No, the steak looked cooked really well. It looks like it has a nice sear, a nice medium rare center. Yeah, that looks like that's a really good steak right there.
And
I'm very happy with that steak. The second hour on Collision, it was nothing that took place that I cared about. I mean, I'm sick of Cal Fletcher. I'm sick of him. Him fighting
sick of him for
because he's in the Cal's family. Like,
I'm sick of him. Man don't even do anything to get sick of him.
One of the best matches of those 4 hours was in this match. The Beast Mortos versus Bandito. I don't care what anybody says. If nobody watched this match, I watched this match and it was great.
I skipped over it and I hate myself for doing it. I hate it. I was like,
Mortos.
I skipped the Beast Mortos. Damn it! You think I'm proud of myself? I am not. And I just knew that I was like, this is unimportant and I don't need it.
Mark,
we're not going to talk about it.
I'm going to ask you a question. Did you skip the Mark Briscoe and Ishii, who, your former host on the show drove around, and Willow Nightingale versus the Mansoor and, MXM and Taya Valkyrie? Did you watch that match?
You really gonna ask me this question?
I'm really asking you this question because I need to know.
I'm gonna say pass, just like I said on that match. Is that what you want to hear from me? Is that what you
want
to hear from me? These are my confessions, okay?
I'm glad you.
Just when you think I'm watching all the wrestling, I skip the channel and go watch some protests, okay? That's what I went to go do. I went to go watch Protest.
I did.
That was exciting.
How dare you miss Ishii go to the pay window? When they won that match, he looked so like confused. He's like normally the 3 count. When I hear the 3 count, I'm the one looking up. I'm not standing when that happened.
The only thing I saw from Collision, I saw a little bit of the Thekla versus Queen Amanada match.
That was a great match.
It was a good match, but once again, you know, Triple H made a phone call to Tony. Hey, Tony, we need to be in unison. Don't let no blacks win.
Willow won.
Tekla? I don't think that was Rick Flair. I just signed Tekla, the spooky spider or whatever her name is. And you know what? It was a good match. I think I can't remember. What was she? What is she?
I don't
toxic
think
spider, the spooky
Toxic spider.
Let me tell you this though. Because I have seen I have seen a lot of Queen Amanada matches, and she always has a really good match where she takes people to the limit. But for whatever reason, Tony won't give her wins to he won't promote her. I don't get it. I just
she won't be on TV for like another 4 weeks.
Yeah, and if she is, it's on Collision, and you know why, Eric? She's black.
Do.
And you say no. Willow's getting pushed. She's black.
Marcus.
Amanada is black.
She's
dark.
Marcus.
She wasn't Snipes dark.
Willow is
she
not
Mercedes Moné burnt steak dark.
Marcus. Willow is not being pushed. Willow went from.
She's in the main event scene.
She's always in the main event. Yeah.
Not when you're teaming with Ishii and Mark Briscoe.
I'd rather team with them than being who's that team with Speedball Mike Bailey?
Oh shit!
All of those guys.
I'd rather team with those guys than the Paragon.
I would rather team with those guys than deal with the ops.
Dude, you guys hit the mention of the peso match. I'm like, I don't care about that. I'm tired. I'm tired of Tony.
It was not. Hold on. I was not. The original sent that image not even about the peso, but I didn't notice that until after I sent it about the pesos or got it ready. But I just want to tell you guys, we're saved Dynamite's only 2.5 hours this week.
Yeah, but
the peso. How much is that?
But Manny. The thing about that makes me so upset about Dynamite, I'm gonna get up here and get a little closer. It's the fact that Triple H did a whole show of Fatal 4-Ways, and Tony was like, "You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna have me a 10-man match. It's like a 5-on-5 team match," and I'm like, I don't want this at all. I don't want the ops teaming up with Ospreay and whoever. I'm like, I don't need this match. And then let's also point out, I don't think that
just continue statements.
I don't think anybody has ever followed up on why Hook did not want to stay out there when Joe told him to. We have had no follow up since that moment.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I was thinking about what you're talking about. I was like, what is it? And I was like, oh yeah, you're right.
And I was will I ever find out why Hook did not want to get inside the ring with the ops?
Yeah, when you don't care
the
about
ops
it
are just
anymore.
the union
when
of
you don't care, maybe
2025.
6 weeks.
Yeah, the ops are just the union of 2025, and I honestly could give 2 fucks about them. And you may criticize the Cows family for one thing, but I ain't gonna tell the ops to go to hell every single week.
Marcus, I'll let you know right now. I hate the Cows family, but yes, I hold them higher than the ops because there's people in the Cows family that I like. But you know, it's only one team that's below the ops. That's the Paradigm or whatever they're called. I don't need them. I don't need. Maybe we needed old boy who used to be in the thing with the hair, who tried to box. I can't remember his name. The old man.
Bobby Fish?
Yeah, maybe Bobby Fish is with the glue that kept them together. But man, they need to go out and be shot someplace. They done. They like that steak that Mercedes had last week. This done.
You know, 4-hour show, we still can't get the gates. We still can't get the gates of agony on the show.
Betty,
well, I made the conclusion.
We still can't get the gates.
Betty, they was in the locker room with look at their outfit. We got the outfit. We just waiting for the call. We waiting for the call. You know, honestly, now that I think about it, the outfit that Megan Bain and Penelope wore, that was probably the Gates of Agony's outfit that they bought because they knew they wasn't making the show.
Yeah, they don't dress that pretty. The Gates of Agony just like they go into the Met Gala every single time they come up.
Gates of Agony, there's one that comes out like this.
Yeah, like he's a doctor. I think that people in AEW, if you realize you were not on any of these shows for the past 2 weeks, and also probably the show in Mexico next week. Tony ain't fucking with you. So, Deanna Purrazzo, Tony ain't fucking with you. He'll put Tyra Valkyrie on his show, but he ain't fucking with you at all. Shit, it's over. There's so many people.
Tony, release some people, man. You don't need these people in your roster.
You don't need these people. I mean, he's doing the right thing. Not renewing the private party. Just fire people, Tony. Just let it go.
Yeah, but
you know what? He doesn't. You know what? To be fair, he doesn't need to fire people because WWE will gobble some of them up, and WWE don't need more people either.
They don't need to hire any of these people either. Let these people go.
I just hope.
Where is Sheeta?
Where is Sheeta?
Man,
It's been too long.
Okay.
Normally it's 6 months, but now I feel like it's been a decade.
Where is Sheeta?
No, the thing I'm concerned about Sheeta is that every time she disappears, she comes back and she look totally different than what I remember when she was before. I don't know what version of Sheeta I'm gonna get this time.
I don't see Rio. I haven't seen.
Where's Rio at?
Not
Where
Miko
Rio?
more.
Hey, Rio supposed to have a tour, show up and do some stuff.
People just be missing, man. It's kind of. I forgot who showed up this week when I went, oh shit, I forgot that. No, that was last week when Roosh and them showed up, and I was like, man, I forget about these guys.
Roosh showed up.
Yeah,
that was 2 weeks ago. And they had a match and whatnot, and it's another good showing from them. But you just go back and you go like,
oh, well, Neil,
I'm not gonna see Roosh for another 7 months.
Neil, he said Sheeta is stuck in Japan. Okay, well,
for how long?
No, but the thing is, it's like when you told
Trump
me that
America got rid of Sheeta, huh?
When you
son
told
of a
me,
bitch, Ice.
When you told me that,
she needs a new visa.
When you told me that Valkyrie showed up, I was like, Tyler Valkyrie. I forgot they even signed her. I was like,
yeah, when she showed up, I went, oh shit. Eric John Morrison was on the show.
I heard about that. Didn't they make out or something?
Johnny Dynamite. Goddamn, man, where you been? You are a part of this brand. You are a part of this brand.
You can take some pins, but no, why take pins? You know why? Because you know who got a strong in their contract? the Callis family. Now we take the only pins in AEW. Right? Ain't nobody else coming in here.
We got him and Griff Garrison still walking around and they ain't taking pins, but we gotta have Lance Archer, Brian Cage, and Josh Alexander just taking pins.
Hey, where my boy at? I ain't seen him in a minute.
Who's your boy?
You know, you guys always ask me if it was good or bad in the week. He ain't been on TV in a while.
Oh, Lexus King injured somebody.
He did?
Did he injure somebody on main event? I forgot what the match was.
Oh yeah, he injured the other guy in the LWO.
Oh, Joaquin Wilds.
Oh.
Yeah, the Filipino.
Come on, man. You know you're Filipinos. Come on.
Oh, damn. I guess that was bad.
When I want representation, you're playing another character, another race on the TV. You lost my representation there. The only Filipino I recognize is Shorty Blackheart at this moment in time.
All I
bringing up who's respecting Giselle Shaw, who's the inspiration to all Filipinos like herself. I saw a Shotzi promo about, but she's like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Booty crack fiasco. Stop that. I just want them to make wrestling interesting again. That's all I ask. I don't.
Yeah, before we wrap this up, can I give a strike? This is delayed.
Strike it out, brother. Strike it.
I saw something when I was at work, and I was just scrolling through the Instagram, and I saw something, and I just don't think it's a good look. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, but whenever a woman get released and then they go meet up at Mandy Rose's house, I just feel like that's the end of them. So shout out to Cora Jade. Now going by Alana Black, her original name.
I just feel like Mark is like
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Mandy Rose is the Diddy of former
I'm not giving her that. I'm not doing Diddy.
He put him into the trafficking of OnlyFans. Like, get out there, girl, and do it.
Get out there, and make that money.
So basically, what you're calling her is a modern day Fabulous Moolah. Is what you're calling her.
Show your tits, show your ass.
Go on, join me.
Like,
and I'm just like, oh, you got fired. You're hanging around Mandy Rose. It seems like that's the route.
Never liked Cora Jade at all, but I just think that to make wrestling interest again. I mean,
Marcus loved her.
Still love it.
We just need to stop with these.
You know, this is how I cry at night thinking about them. Cora Jade, they gonna really become champion, huh?
But you're right, man. Like, Tony got so many toys at home that he keep on the shelf behind glass. Like, you start using
so
some
does
of those
Vince.
People. Like stop. Girl, stop, fiasco. I'm not playing. I'm gonna kick you out.
He didn't even get the joke.
I know he don't
Fiasco
care.
stabbed me in the butt with the claws.
It's a really good joke.
I'm sorry, Marcus. I let you down.
Where's Britt Baker?
Ow! Fiasco! Bye!
He got Fiasco excited talking about Britt Baker.
Shit.
Where is my dentist?
My cheeks.
You know, you think Tony and her would have worked something out, but I think it's irreparable damage now. I think she's just at home until her contract is up.
They just don't like each other.
And then I can imagine her showing up in WWE, even though I don't think they need Britt Baker or whatever drama that could bring.
You already got Charlotte. I don't think you need Britt.
I would love to see them work together.
Marcus,
I would absolutely love to see them try to work together and try not to have a shoot fight.
I haven't seen you get that excited, Marcus.
Yeah, where the Magic? Oh, the Magic Girl got married. She got married.
But why ain't she on TV? I need the Magic Girl on TV.
I don't need the Magic Girl on TV. You know who I need.
You know what?
You know who I need.
No, we not. Fiasco.
I need the Freddie Mercury. I don't know why I'm blinking on her name.
Oh,
What you looking at?
Emi Sakura.
Yeah, Emi Sakura. I could do some Emi Sakura back on TV.
Emi Sakura in a minute. I feel like we're not going back to those people anymore, Manny. I don't feel like. I feel like we got. I think the AEW core women as Fiasco's yanked up to the screen.
I don't like the way you lift
Put
up that
your
cat.
lap like a blowjob, I guess. I don't know what happened.
I really don't like the way you lift up the cat by the back of its neck. But,
That's how you put you about the scruff.
Yeah, but it just feels weird.
It feels aggressive, don't it?
It feels very aggressive. Like I would never pick up my dog like that.
Yes, buddy, because they don't have a scruff.
Pick up dog.
I think this is the show.
That was the end of the show. What's Fiasco showing her face in here? Just like, I'm Sting.
you got clawed in the ass.
I did. Yeah. I did. What are you looking at? You did it.
Bitch better have my money.
I tried to put you up on the show, but you didn't want it. You didn't want it.
Cat need to be in jail. A real prison for that cat.
We hope you guys enjoyed.
That cat was intent to murder. Mm-hmm. Feed me, motherfucker! Always stuffing your face with food, shoveling popcorn into your mouth. I watch you shovel popcorn into your mouth.
You fat motherfucker. I can see Fiasco saying motherfucker a bunch. I don't know why. I think she's a sassy cat that says motherfucker.
This is what I'm dealing with right now. I don't understand why this cat is tripping.
But at least your cat ain't a racist.
Eric, your cat just texted me. It said your shirt size has more X's than Taylor Swift.
Jesus.
I mean, the shirt I'm wearing right now.
Just shake it off, Eric.
Is a shirt from Fat Eric. It's okay.
Where's Cameron?
Cameron Grimes? Trevor?
Yeah, you think he randomly show up somewhere? He's just like, I'm done.
I don't know.
Wasn't he in TNA for a bit?
Yeah.
I thought the last time I heard from him, he did the thing with Scott D'Amore.
Oh, he wrestled that.
Yeah, he wrestled in that, and that was it.
Okay.
But we're not here to figure out where Cameron Grimes is at.
Take it easy.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you for letting us know about Sheeta. I mean,
easy like Sunday morning.
We're a freaking wrestling podcast, but we don't have no type of quality of what we do. We just come up here and talk about nonsense. But anyway, until I get stabbed in the ass by my cat again.
Stabbed by the pussy, huh? That happens all the time,
Filthy
man.
Animal.
One day I was, with one of these prostitutes and just pulled a knife out of her pussy and stabbed me. Just, I imagine it's the same experience you have with Fiasco. Fucking crazy.
Eric's in the cuck chair. Eric's only allowed to sit in the cuck chair because Fiasco runs this house. R-Truth don't look right with his braids, without his braids.
We hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, it's different, but he looks like an older Lando Jordan.
Marcus didn't even watch.
I wish he can get to his $210
face match. Match, Betty.
Oh, shut up! Leave me alone.
He didn't watch his. He has been on this show claiming his.
I have it on tape.
His love for the Beast Mortals, and then when the Beast Mortals went in there and tried to make some money at work, he didn't even watch it.
And it's y'all's fault because
he
I
watched that
figured
tag match.
Manny was gonna skip it, and I was like, "There's no reason for me to be all hyped up and talk about the Beast Mortal."
Excuse me, when the
Manny
Beast Mortal is on TV,
I blame you.
When the Beast Mortal is on TV, I know you love that, man. So I watch the match.
Manny, let me also point out
too much.
Manny, let me point out something right now. Marcus is a liar. He is a liar because guess what? Manny, if there was any match Manny was gonna skip, it was the match that you watched. That was the 6-man tag where Willow, Mark Briscoe.
I watched that. The match I walked out on was the main event. When I saw,
I walked out with Adam Cole here for Collision. It said boom, and I went, "Yep."
Do on the mat to scrub through. I touched one end from one end of the trackpad to the other one.
Well, anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this show. Until next week, I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes,
and I'm Marcus. The grand finale.
Stay sharp,
be careful
guys.
Out there with the, be careful out there with the prostitutes.
Peters,
Knives in the pussy.